The Holy Father is describing predators who prey on children, tools of Satan. Francis and the bishops of the world have finished their historic summit. Now the hard work of putting words into action begins. Melissa Butts is standing by outside St. Peter's Basilica to report on what's being planned and a new law that's already been enacted.
At the end of the summit on sexual abuse, Pope Francis let out a battle cry against the abuse of minors. But some victims are questioning the implementation of his words. Pope Francis ended the summit telling bishops 8 guidelines he said the Vatican's Commission for the Protection of Minors will carry out immediately.
Faccio un sentito appello per la lotta a tutto campo contro gli abusi di minori nel campo sessuale come in altri campi. Norme, non solo orientamenti. Nessun abuso deve mai essere coperto, così come era abitudine nel passato, e sottovalutato, in quanto la copertura degli abusi favorisce il dilagare del male e aggiunge un ulteriore livello di scandalo.
The Pope also wants to implement a better selection of potential priests and ensure they don't have criminal addictions, including pornography. He also asked for accompaniment and listening to those who've been abused. Yet victims in Rome are not so convinced. They've presented their own 21 points they want Pope Francis to implement instead.
We need to know the current whereabouts of guilty clergy and how they are being monitored.
These 21 points are directed to Pope Francis. He has sent his bishops back home saying, I got your back. So there's no sense in us ever talking to our bishops until Pope Francis acts and tells his bishops these 21 points are the law of the land.
Their points are looking for major changes to canon law and zero tolerance on every level. Results of the summit are a new law in Vatican City State on child protection and the creation of task forces to help bishops around the world combat sexual abuse in their own countries. As early as this morning, Vatican organizers already held a follow-up meeting. They say the concrete outcomes need to be discussed further, implemented at local levels, and more importantly, that this is only the beginning. At the Vatican, Melissa Butts, Currents News. Back to you in New York, Ed.
Thank you, Melissa.